Hi, my name is Ryan and welcome to my channel. And this video we're going to go over some exporting, I don't say rules, but just little tidbits for exporting. If you hear some banging in the background, that's because I got a new little monster here in the house because of rescuing a cat up in Ohio for my daughter. But it's been a couple months since I made my last video. Oh, there it is, or here she is. That's Sergeant Sassy. I didn't want her, but it was a mission of mercy. So now I got an extra cat here at the house. So if you're wanting a free cat, I can certainly box her up and send her to you. Anyhow, what was I going to talk about? Oh, yeah. So it's been a couple months since I made the last video. I took a hiatus because these are the busy months for me, just because of my general work, and then also I started a side business, and then I'm also doing a few other things like coaching youth sports, and it just gets overwhelming. So I took a hiatus for a couple months and got to a point where I was like, I need to get back into the swing of things and start being productive here. And I'm going to pick up exactly where I left off, which was I was using the story engine to create these chapters, and I did complete the entire book. So the whole book's done, went through and I edited it. I edited everything out of the story engine to begin with. Okay. So I just went through here, just read all through my files, made little adjustments, but I kept everything in order. I didn't spend too much time editing because I kind of a bigger plan for what I was wanting to do, because I'm actually very involved right now with AI, with developing some experimental curriculum with computer programming and using it as like a modular type of instructional coding tool for students. It's interesting. I'll tell you what, the more I learn about artificial intelligence or AI, it's just, I won't say the less, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I guess what I'm trying to say is the more I learn about it, the more I realize that it's still in its infancy and we got a long ways to go. Nonetheless, though, it's very powerful. It's definitely going to change things. So you need to keep going forward with this. All right. Anyhow, back to the whole point here. So you got your text right here. Okay. You got a few different options to get this out of it. I recommend you get it into Microsoft Word. Okay. If you want to put it in Google Docs, that's cool. Whatever you want to use. But okay, we got a cat fight over here. But anyhow, so you can go through, and if you hit Control A, you can see it's going to select all your text here in the editor here, or the rich text format box, whatever you want to call it. So you can just copy all your content, and then come over here to Microsoft Word. And they're actually playing. They're not fighting. It's not as bad as it sounds. But anyhow, that's Lieutenant Pickles and Sergeant Sassy. So we're very militant in a cat kind of way over here. But when you copy and paste all your material here into the Word document, you can see it just shows up. Mine pasted over as Times New Roman. There's some editing issues. There's a lot of blank lines in here. Plus you got these little story break symbols here from where it fits into your whole book. And when it was being produced by the story engine for the beats, that's the beats. And so, but I didn't plan this. But anyhow, so, that's just copy and paste over. I don't really like that, because what I prefer to do, and this is the same thing, is if you come over here and you click on the three little dots right here, you can export it as a Docx file, which I encourage you to do so. And I also encourage you to do this, and you see where mine's coming out. Keep an algorithm or a naming convention when you start creating these things. Okay, I know you probably are like, hey, that destroys my creativity. But I'm going to show you some examples further along about why you want to keep this, because I wrote some code that can actually automate a lot of the processes here. I'm still working out the bugs, but it's interesting on what you can do with this stuff. So for now, just keep it nice and organized. You can put your own unique chapter title names in there, but I'll show you a way that you can simplify and extremely increase the streamlined process for doing all this. So export all those out there, and once you get them all out, you'll get a folder located with all your files, something like this. And what you want to do is we're going to actually we're going to import these into a Word document. We're going to merge them all together. Okay. The reason I bring this up, I'm sure most of you know how to do this already, but in case you don't, it's worth seeing. I started working with some students of mine, and they're wanting to be writers too. Okay, so I was like, hey, let's look at Sudowrite, and I started coaching them on how to use it. And this is what I was showing them to speed up the process here. So once you get over to Microsoft Word, what you want to do is go over here to Insert, and we're going to be inserting objects, and it's going to be right there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take all those files and import all the text here into Microsoft Word. Okay, it's not a huge brain buster for some of y'all, but other people this might be new. It might save some time, especially with the copy and pasting aspect. So I'm going to insert the object and choose text from file. And what you want to do is you want to find your files. I probably should pause the video while I go through all my drives here, but we're not going to, because that's what we do. Okay, so there's my files. Actually, it's not all my files, but it's most of the files. And what we want to do is we can select, by holding down the Shift key, we can go through and select them all. And it's going to select the chapters in the rows, in the order that you see right here. You notice it looks like it's out of order. If I was to click on Insert, it looks like it's going to put the chapter 19 first, and it did not. Give it a second here. It takes a few seconds for it all to populate. And if you watch down here in the bottom left of your screen, you'll see the page numbers and the total word count start increasing as it populates everything. And you can see over here on your scroll bar that this is a lot more than just page of one. Okay, there it goes. It got up to 110 files. Or excuse me, 110 pages. And I know this story, so this looks like it's in order. I'll show you another way to keep everything in order. So that's just how you do it. It puts everything in order based upon the range of you going through and choosing text from file. And make sure your files are nice and organized so that way you don't have any confusion about what's going on. And you'll notice I'm missing chapter 18. That's because I have another folder with all the files. But we're already here. I don't think you're going to lose much value in this video because I skipped chapter 18. All right, so there you have it. That's how you import all these files at one time. I'm going to go through and show you some other fancy stuff that I've been working on. Well, it's not fancy, but it's fun. That's what we do for these kind of things. We just have fun with this stuff. All right, so I'm going to let you go. The cats didn't knock over the microphone. I just got done moving, and it took me a long time just to locate all the equipment. Matter of fact, it took me 2 weeks to find my chapstick and the bathroom rug. So I'm just happy to be here. Hope you're happy to be here. Hope you're doing well. Hope everything's going great. Talk to you later. And if you need a cat, you know who to talk to.